Hey everybody. Hope everything's going good out there in the world. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Welcome to the Monday, June 21st live stream of studentloanjustice.org. My name is Alan Collins, founder of Student Loan Justice. We are the oldest and largest, and in many ways only, maybe not the only, but we are certainly the oldest and the largest. I would say the only true grassroots group, and actually the only grassroots group fighting only and absolutely for the borrowers. No nonsense. We've been around since 2005. We've done many things, broken many pieces of research. The most important are two reports that we just published over the past few months, detailing how southern, primarily red states are being absolutely screwed by student loans. And also a second report showing that the majority of student loan borrowers out there are over the age of 35. More people over the age of 35 than under the age of 35 with student loans. More people over the age of 50 than under the age of 25 with student loans. That is a jaw dropper. But that first report also found that over a third of U.S. states, most of them southern red states, the people of those states owe more than their entire state budget in student loan debt, which is just another jaw-dropping thing. We're working very hard to get both of these reports reported on in the media with some pretty good success, by the way. We've had that first report featured at Business Insider and a handful of other local media in various states. Let's see. The thing about the older people is getting broken here and there, but it needs to be broken better, guys. We need your help with that. We need you all to send those reports to the media. The first reports, certainly to the media in the affected states, like Georgia, Texas, Florida, Ohio, Missouri, North South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama. Did I say Texas? Anyways, we need your help with that. I will post a link to both of those articles below. Please do everything that you can to get those reports out there. Most recently, I'm very happy to announce that we were interviewed in some depth on New Jersey public television. So this is a piece that's running all this week. Again, I will paste a link to it below this live stream when I get a chance. We're doing our live streams right now by cell phone, something new that we're doing. If I can see by the way, if you have any questions or comments, throw them out, and I'm happy to respond to them in kind. I'm going to try and keep these live streams short from now on. Like today, I want this one to go hopefully no more than about 10 or 11 minutes. So we'll see if that happens or not. If I can see your comments, I will happily respond to them. I'm not even able to see the live stream right now at this moment, but hopefully it will pop up soon and we will be able to see what is going on. So today, three things I want to cover. First of all, the thing on New Jersey public television is really good piece. Sort of gives a great snapshot of where we're at right now. So we've got these Democratic proposals to cancel student loans. They're not great, guys. They are not great. In fact, in many ways, they are things of trickery, I would say. Our opposition would like to do a nonsensical, almost meaningless loan cancellation as a cheap substitute for returning bankruptcy protections to student loans. This up to $10,000 nonsense, up to $50,000, sorry guys, is nonsense. Don't fall for it. We need these loans canceled entirely, and probably a necessary precondition for getting meaningful loan cancellation is the return of bankruptcy protections to all student loans, period. And to that end, we are pushing President Biden today. Go to our Twitter page, Student Loan Justice, Student Loan Just #1 is our handle at Twitter. So find us and retweet the thing that we tweeted today to President Biden and the First Lady. Please do that. It will help. We've got a big muscle to flex now, guys. We started this petition, as you probably know, over a year ago. We've got over 1 million signatures on it now. We need every single one of those 1,044,000 people helping us. We've got a huge muscle to flex, and that will only happen when everybody out there within the sound of my voice steps up, owns this problem, and helps. It's not rocket science, guys. We've got a huge muscle to flex. We've got to flex it. And anyways, so check out that piece. It's a very strong piece. There's no reason that we can't be doing pieces exactly like that on public television stations across the country, especially in those states that I mentioned: Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, etc. Make that happen. You know, this is a grassroots thing. We will only get as far as you make us go. You know, we don't have a magic wand that commands media attention. What we have are normal people who need to be calling media, news organizations in their local areas, in the affected states, but in every state, to interview us about the petition and about those 2 reports that I mentioned. So I will paste a link also to the New Jersey piece so you can see it for yourself. Send that around to your local PBS affiliate, or any news station for that matter. I don't care. We'll talk to any and all media. That would be very, very helpful. So please do that. And okay, there we go. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them out now. I will be very glad to respond to them in situ if I can see them. Okay, so what's going on right now with President Biden is, as I said, we are pushing him. We're going to see a lot of sort of nonsense news now and for the foreseeable future about President Biden cancels these loans, President Biden cancels those loans. Well, here's the truth about all that nonsense, guys. To date, in the first 6 months of Biden's presidency, I think he's canceled around they claim that they are going to cancel something like $3 billion in student loan debt. Now, that sounds like a lot, but guys, this is only for a tiny, tiny, tiny subset of student loan borrowers, people who were provably lied to by their colleges. And I might add, so the first 6 months of Biden's presidency, $3 billion in canceled student loan debt. In a typical 6-month period, the federal student loan portfolio, with just by interest alone, grows by about $50 billion, and that's just interest. So they could be canceling $3 billion in student loans nearly every week, and the federal government would still be growing its loan portfolio, guys. So this is just nonsense. We need Biden to do real cancellation. We need him to cancel all of the loans. And as I said, probably a necessary precondition for that is the return of bankruptcy protections to student loans, all student loans. President Biden could tomorrow issue an executive order calling on the Department of Education and its contractors to stop opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy proceedings. This could happen tomorrow. And in fact, we have challenged Biden. In fact, we have thrown down the gauntlet with Biden. And I sent Biden a message a few weeks ago saying, Mr. President, as a part of your campaign platform before you were president, you included the return of bankruptcy protections to student loans. And you endorsed Elizabeth Warren's bankruptcy plan, which included a pledge to issue an executive order that, like I just described, it doesn't change the law, but at least it makes it so that people in bankruptcy will not be opposed by ECMC, by the Department of Education, other contractors. That's a big deal. And as a minimal sign of good faith that Biden needs to show in order for us to take him at all seriously, because right now he is looking, I mean, he has straight up lied. Let's just say that. He straight up lied. Before the election, he said, I will eliminate your student loan debt if you earn less than $125,000 a year, if you went to a public college, undergrad, et cetera, et cetera. He did none of those things. So what we need to see from President Biden before July 4th is at a minimum a call to his administration to stop opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy court. If we do not see that by July 4th, folks, I'm going to just burn my student loan papers, and I'm going to urge everybody I know to do the same. Because let's face it, guys, this lending system is done. It's toast. It's failed by all rational metrics or measures. We now know that the default rate for 2004 students is, I'm going to say, at least 40%. But 2004 people were only borrowing a third of what's being borrowed today. So what is the default rate going to be for more recent students? It's going to be a lot higher than that. But we also know that before the pandemic, 80% of all federal student loan borrowers were underwater on their loans. They were either unable to pay, and I think that's around half or more than half, actually. I don't know. Nobody knows. Well, I don't know. Maybe people at the Department of Education know, but it was a lot of people. 80%. So something like 50 of those 80% were unable to pay. The rest were paying, but their balance was going up. So that's before the pandemic, guys. You know, the subprime home mortgage default rate was about 20%. Well, we can say that everybody walking around with student loans, even before the pandemic, we were looking at a default rate of, who knows, 70, 75, 80%. And that's only gotten worse, guys. So this lending system is done. We need some Republican governors out there to step up, do the right thing, and cancel the loans. And return bankruptcy to the loans that cannot be canceled, to all student loans. So that requires Congress, ultimately. So we are challenging Biden to call on Congress to repeal one line of U.S. code that makes student loans different than all other loans in bankruptcy proceedings. It's 11 U.S. Code 523, parentheses A, parentheses 8. So find us on Twitter and retweet that tweet. That's very important, guys. This is a very small 5-second action that you can take that actually helps. You know, the sausage is being made right now as we speak in Washington, D.C. What we do right now really matters. So please do that. The last thing I'm going to say is on Thursday, I am giving a talk, a 5-minute presentation at this public comment thing for something called the Department of Education's negotiated rulemaking session. So this is going to happen, I think, around 10:30 or 11 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Tune in. If they don't censor me, and that's a big if, but if they don't censor me, I think you will be very pleased at what I say. And, you know, if you can sign up for it, I don't know if it's too late or not, or what's the deal. But if you can sign up and say your own words, that would be fantastic. We urge all of our state chapter leaders to do that. I know at least one of them successfully signed up. So hopefully it'll be more than just me on Thursday, but it should be interesting regardless. So that's about it, guys. Oh God, I've gone way over 10 minutes at this point. So I am going to leave it there at that. I'm going to wish you all a great week. Get that PBS story out to other PBS affiliates across the country. We can be doing stuff like that every day, and we should be. It will help. That's only going to happen when you that sitting there make it happen. So please do that. Push the petition also. Do everything you can think of. Because remember, this is your problem. This is your life. These are your loans. And we need you. And you need us. So please, join the hundreds of people, I'm estimating, that are actually doing stuff to help us in this fight every day. Let's make that not just thousands, but let's make that tens of thousands. And we will very quickly get to where we need to be, guys. We will get these loans gone for the good of the country. For our good of the country, and also for the good of tens or even hundreds of millions of people who are going to follow in our footsteps. So please do all those things while you're sitting there. All the stuff that I said, you could do in probably about 10 minutes. You can do the Twitter stuff in like 5 seconds. But you can send copies of those reports, which I will post below. You can send those out to news organizations in a few minutes. It's not a big deal. It's not, as I said, it's not rocket science. It just takes a tiny bit of effort on your part. So Come on, guys, make it happen. We're doing everything we can on this end, but our strength is in what you do. Conversely, our weakness is in what you don't do. The bad guys, our opposition, love it. They love it when you do nothing. Don't give them that pleasure. So let's get this done, guys. Let's make this a strong week. Shall we? We're counting on you. We need you. Good luck. Godspeed. And God bless everybody. There's the sign.